to you live on your chin. Oh, yeah. This is the Going Deep Show.
What is it about the ticking of the clock like that gets the women to do dumb shit?
Well, that was part of this conversation, again, that I had on Sunday she's like, I wanted to get married, I wanted kids, I wanted this, because most of the people she'd been in relationships with before already had kids.
God's will.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, again, God's not going to care. God's going to think this way, And then I had to throw it in there and you're going to laugh. I'm like, God's telling me to tell you this.
I mean, I think there's a bigger power that we don't know doing everything and handling stuff. How often do weird things happen coincidentally? Like again, her just even communicating with you after you just mentioned it. You haven't talked to her in how many years?
Actually, I think it's been 2 years. I think the last time I saw her was like at Meyer Easter time.
This stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
Last summer I went to Midland to hang out with a friend of mine and her two daughters, a bunch of blondes, just out having a good time. And I didn't want to go to Midland. She's like, let's go to Midland. I'm like, why? I don't want to go to Midland. It's not Blondie. It's a different. Her two daughters are older daughters. I go hang with them at like Munger Potato Fest and. She's a really close friend that has become a close friend over the past 2 years. We went to high school together, but we never hung out in high school. We never talked in high school. But after, years and years and years and years, it was like with maybe just a year ago, we bump into each other at Jake's and we're on a texting basis now. She's in the group of friends with us and she's awesome. And every time she gets a hold of me, hey, let's hang out. I think we're going to see her tonight. So she goes, why don't you want to go to Midland? I go, I just had bad memories of Midland. I had some terrible things happen there. And my ex is usually somewhere in Midland.
Yeah.
So it's one of these main street party kind of things. There's a band playing and there's people everywhere. You've been down there for this. We go into one of the bars. I'm sitting at a table facing out the door. Sure enough, motherfucking ex walks right by. It's that you think about it and it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. It's not even that you're looking for it. It's just, it's there. You put it out into the universe, and then the universe says, we're playing video games. Here you go. There you go. Here's your fucking ex right there, you fucking idiot. So, yeah, this happened many, many times. Many times. I'll be pissed off about how things ended with one relationship after I went. This is one of the worst ones recently because I really did care about this person. She was fucking cool. I thought she was cool at least. And I helped her move her daughter from fucking CMU back into town. And I was just like, oh God. And it's on a day when you wake up pissed off because some memory will be up on your phone, right? Your phone will pop out. Do you remember this day? It was a happy day. Do you remember? Look at your smiley faces. Find this on your phone from time to time?
I've deleted like a lot of fucking shit off my phone, so I don't have that happen.
Oh my God, dude. I get this shit all the time. Look at how happy you were on this day. Then you wake up and you're like, fuck. Why am I thinking about fucking 2 years ago when I was happy? So then you're pissed off about it, that you're not happy, and then you're thinking about that person, and sure enough, you bump into their bitch-ass daughter at the fucking bar being an idiot.
Yeah.
Because you woke up that morning, look at how happy you were. Like, what the fuck? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy on how the universe works. Every now and then, it just like, let's fuck with this poor soul.
Did you explain that to her? Did you explain that to her when she was talking about God stuff? Do you realize God is just fucking with you all the time?
No, that part, I mean, it was a very short conversation. Anyway,
she's like, can I come live with you yet?
No, thank God. It was like, and her and one other friend both are, got dogs, just gotten dogs. And the whole conversation was with one person was like, oh, I might have to give up my dog because the dog did this. And this conversation was, well, I just finally got a dog that loves me and I'm going to have to give it up because I don't,
So it was like a repeating record kind of.
Yeah, it was like, all right.
She don't give a shit about the husband. She's fucking, I got a dog I got to fucking worry about. Fuck that husband.
She's like, I packed everything up. I'm ready to move. And, he wants me to come back. Well.
Did you ask her why things went off the rails?
No, she was one of those things that just everything was just coming out of her mouth. In regards to it, and supposedly, just the relationship was bad. She was forcing something to work. I'm like, you got to quit fucking living your life that other people think you need to live. That your mom and this, that, the other thing,
And here's something that's probably like a good thing for you, something to kind of take it positive out of this. She felt like she could confide in you these things, and.
And here I am spilling the tea on
but not even
the podcast.
Well, not even that. It's just that not spilling the tea necessarily. It's you have to think to yourself, it's a comforting feeling that she got a hold of you that way, but you have to say how much of that was for her self-interest and not because you can be a good guy to people without having to, like you said that women before were like, when you're single, you're probably in a good spot that way. Yeah. Well,
and that's the thing with not just this situation, but throughout time, I've had it be and there's a reason for this, and I'll explain that in a second, where people know that if they really need to call somebody, they're in a dire moment, they need to talk something through, I'm going to pick up the phone. When it comes to the ex-girlfriends, the reason why they feel that need to call me up is because I've made them orgasm harder than anyone else has.
Yeah.
So that's the reason behind it. Because if not, they wouldn't think twice about why would you. And that's why most men do reflect on certain men, is because you've done something to them that no one else has done before. And that's why they think, ooh, I'm going to go back to that person.
Allegedly.
Yep. That's just common sense, folks. It's just, I have common sense to know this shit.
Well, I can tell you this. That's, if you make a chick get off in very specific ways.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times.
They remember my ex that I attempted to get back with like a year or two ago. It was a couple of years now. Jesus. That was one of the first things she's told me. She goes, I can't think about him actually doing what he's doing to me because it never works. In order for me to get off, I have to imagine you fucking doing it. And I'm like, oh, that's adorable. Ah, that's the best. Yeah. Oh, just common sense, folks.
Yeah. And again, this goes back to like letting people have imaginations though, because I'm sure that I interact with some women that I haven't done a goddamn thing with. And I'm not going to ever do a goddamn thing with.
But in their mind.
But I know that they have an imagination. I do. In fact, this is an interesting one, okay? The other day, I was out with Erasure. We went to the bowling alley. And I'll tell you this right now, Black Widow's bowling team, if you want to witness some titties on the bowling alley, man, okay? They got the biggest tatas I've ever seen on the bowling alley. It's fucking hot as shit. They're out there bouncing around.
Well, and their asses balance out that cutaway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But Black Widow, man, she's always wearing these super tight shirts and the boobies are looking solid. And yeah, she's fucking great. She's a super attractive woman. She absolutely is. Isn't she? She's a gorgeous, gorgeous person, isn't she?
Yes, she is. And yeah. Anyway.
She's just a beauty. She is. She's beautiful.
I haven't heard from her in a while.
She's a beauty. Today I think I'm going to meet up with G-Dub at H2O's, and I think she's going to meet up with us.
Nice. Her son actually sent me a friend request on Instagram, and it's like,
is it
don't
weird?
know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like my son's one buddy hit me up on TikTok to follow and like. And everything. Are you okay with that, man?
Oh, no.
You're not having a heart attack.
I dropped my pen. I dropped my big fat marker. No, but back to what I was saying. No,
yeah,
I want to. So the Babs, they call them Babs.
Okay.
Badass bitches bowling, right? I call them. I say big ass boobies is what I say because
there you go.
They got tons of guns, man. They got tons of guns. Like all of them are just packing huge titties. So they had a fill in for a friend of mine that I used to work with the other day, and I don't even know what to call her, but she works with Nurse Fiona, blonde. Recently divorced, funny as fucking hell. Every time I'm with her, I want to be. I'm like, you need to come on the fucking podcast. You're fucking great. She's hilarious. But at one point, I bring up some fucking sexual conquest that I had at one point, and she looks at me with all seriousness, and she says, "I thought you were gay." And I'm like,
"What?"
That's what I was like, "Really?" What? I'm like, "Really?" I go, "This is because I hang out with a bunch of bitches," and it's true. Now, this happened like in the 4th of July. I recognize this. I went to a Loons game with 5. I went to a Loons game with 5 women. And as I'm walking in, I said to myself, you know, guys, hanging out with you, I appear to be your fucking gay ass fucking your friend, right? Mm-hmm. You know, it was funny. It was funny the way I said it. And I started to like over the top, like fucking laugh about it and shit like this. And no, I was talking to Hattrick about this last episode. I go, Hattrick, I said, do these women understand how much fucking pussy that I have had and have? And I said, I could literally like rub my face as she's saying that she thought I was gay, and I could smell pussy in my fucking beard.
You need some better care, boy.
You know what I mean? Like,
no,
I don't know what I think it is. I think, but what it goes back to what I was.
It's a challenge back to you because she wanted you to prove her wrong.
It's not even the proving wrong. It's the fact that I can go and hang out with girls, and not come on to them.
Same.
Not be all like, some guys can't fucking handle it. You think Red Eye could handle? Let's say Red Eye's in my fucking shoes. The original Red Eye is in my shoes, hanging out with all these girls. Do you think he could straddle that line to continue like be that without going over the top and it being inappropriate?
Oh no. And from what I've heard from the new Red Eye, I don't think she could either. You know,
that might be true.
Yep.
That might be true. She came to the show the other night. She was all sorts of horned up. Sorts of horned up.
She have the dragon with her?
No, but it was. I think I'm going to try to get her in next week for the Valentine's Day shows when we have super mega tentacle dildo lady in.
All right.
So I mean, to be honest with you, the new Red Eye could be super tentacle fucking dildo.
What if she calls it Lockheed?
I was going to ask you this. Isn't it funny that we get to talk about how Red Eye takes huge tentacle fucking dildos up the butt, and it confuses the fucking shit out of anybody because they're going to think that the original Red Eye takes big, huge tentacle dildos up the ass.
And I think it's been aired on the original Red Eye's podcast. Maybe some anal jokes have been made. So
now, here's the thing. I've always thought he was kind of a little femmy. I mean,
that's
I've got recordings of him saying some shit, and I was just
there's that old, you like to sucky fucky.
But no. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Again, I hate the fact that I'm not really defending myself when it comes to this. When she said that at the bowling alley, I laughed a little bit. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, and I had to reiterate with her, Seinfeld style, not that there's anything wrong with that. Because there's not. I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck what somebody is. But I can tell you this right now, man. I'm as hetero as they fucking go.
You and me both. It doesn't even have to be said. So.
Oh yeah, for damn sure. But
back to what you were saying about like women like imagining things with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So do you ever think like, geez, do they have me imagining be like, bam, like this or like this big?
I let reputation. Yeah. I let word of mouth get to whoever it needs to get to.
No pun intended on the word of mouth.
Word of mouth. It is. It's true. And here's the thing.
Because having a good oral game is important with the ladies.
Not just that. I get pissed off when people think they know more than they fucking know. And we have one very blonde friend who does this. She thinks she knows way fucking more than she fucking does. And she tries to bring shit up to try to get a rile out of people and get it. And I'm like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Is she still pissing people off when you guys are out?
I don't know, because I haven't been going out, and I've heard from many of our friends that there's reasons that we don't really reach out because we don't want to get our asses kicked by some fucking rando that she can't get along with. Let's be real. Let's be real. So if you have to be oblivious to the fucking fact that people aren't, why aren't people getting a hold of me? It's because every time that we're near you, some dipshit wants to fucking beat the crap out of you. And she knows it. She has said the stories. In fact, I've been in the shrapnel of this from some fucking asshole at Chet's the one night. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I say some shit when some shit's coming.
Yeah.
if I'm in the crossfire, I'm gonna fire up. And there's been multiple times, one at Jake's and one at Chet's, and I'm sitting in the middle of some fucking bullshit between her and some whatever the fuck else is going on to my right. Mm-hmm. And I literally have to chime in. I do. And I'm, my mouth, especially when I get some booze in me.
Speedy Gonzalez.
If I get a shot, if I get a couple shots in me, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I can't do liquor, don't do liquor. Which is the problem because every time I go to the damn Chet's, the bartender, is throwing shots at me.
The one, so there's a bartender there that looks like she could be wait a minute. The Chet's bartender there's a bartender at Jake's that looks like the bartender at Chet's, but she's got the septum nose piercing.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And I just saw her at the other day.
I call the one at Jake's the evil one of
the two.
Yeah, like there's one. It's like happy sister, and then there's like evil undermining. Why does she get all that good stuff, sister? They are. I say the same thing.
So the evil one walks by me, and I'm like. I stopped because I've done it before, and I wanted to say the other, our other friend's name, and she just looked at me like, "What? Kind of a deal." So,
oh yeah, she's got some shit that, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. Last year I saw her at Munger Potato Fest, and it's if you are somebody who likes to crack jokes or make people laugh, your challenge is to go into Jake's and try to make that girl crack a smile. It is because she doesn't want to be there. She's got that Daria from fucking MTV look going on.
Oh yeah. The
eyes half closed kind of a thing. You wonder if she ever cracks out of that. She has to. You can't live in that fucking world. But you're going to notice something about that girl as she ages. Okay, she's not going to wrinkle. Because she doesn't, her face never.
There's no crows.
No crow's feet. She never smiles. She never has any like surprised look. She doesn't do anything. Her face is literally the same face. I could draw it. I could draw it because it's the same fucking face every time.
It's kind of like one of those Japanese anime type faces.
But no, back to this thing. Shots, I can't do shots. I get angry. So you're.
Oh shit! I need to quit bringing you coffee that's spiked.
No, I have talked to the blonde about coming in to do the podcast, and here's the thing: her texts to me are always like, "I don't really have anything to talk about." And I would be like, I'm like, really? The person who can't stop talking about the stupid shit she's doing at the bars? Really? You got nothing to talk about? Are you out of your fucking mind? I've never heard of something more. I've never heard of a more false statement in my life. Don't hook that up to a lie detector because you're fucking gonna fail. I don't got much to talk about.
I'll never forget I just borrowed somebody's vape. I thought it was tobacco and it's pot. Next thing you know, I'm high and making out with some guy and grabbing his shit and whatever,
Oh, yeah. Dude, I went it was last summer. I was cutting the grass, doing some laundry. I was all sweaty as fuck. And her and a couple friends were meeting over at fucking Goose. And they're like, come over to the Goose. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking change. I want to do shit. So I wore my gray sweats over there. I walk in, I sit next to her, and she's trying to fucking grab my junk through these fucking sweats. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Do not fucking try to grab my dong, okay? I don't give a shit if Elle McPherson is sitting next to me and trying to fucking get all that honking on my fucking knob. No, don't fucking do it, okay? It's just not appropriate. And the thing is, for most guys, we're not going to complain, okay? Mm-hmm. I mean, she may have gotten a little, but it was just like, get the fuck away. It's just not, there's nothing appealing about it. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? Try to fucking chub me up and fucking pitch in a tent as I walk out of here, right?
Oh, you share that fantasy of guy that just gets done mowing the lawn, wants her to plow her lawn.
I'm in my tank top. I got my wife beater on. Women love wife beaters.